2, 1.
On behalf of University of Leicester, happy Diwali everyone. I'm delighted that we can celebrate today in this fashion after such a long time. This Festival of Light is a great opportunity to shine the light on Leicester. So have a great celebration everyone. Happy Diwali.
Gujarat to Golden Mile. The journey that takes us from the rich art and heritage of festivals, food and the most authentic stories from people that migrated.
On behalf of University of Leicester, happy Diwali everyone. I'm delighted that we can celebrate today in this fashion after such a long time. This Festival of Light is a great opportunity to shine the light on Leicester. So have a great celebration everyone. Happy Diwali.
Gujarat to Golden Mile. The journey that takes us from the rich art and heritage of festivals, food and the most authentic stories from people that migrated while you all listen huddled up around with your family. This exhibition shows a glimpse into why our older generation chose Leicester, why it was so important for them to settle here, and the youth of today spread the culture with family recipes, festival traditions, and the language of our beautiful mother tongue, Gujarati, at Newark Houses Museum until the 28th of...
Let the countdown begin. So, all together.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Ramanbhai Baba. I'm the deputy. Thank you.
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patit Pavan Sitaram Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patit Pavan Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patit Pavan Sitaram Patit Pavan Sitaram Patit
thought it was now time for Ram, the eldest prince, to find himself a bride. Ram was taken to Mithila, where Princess Sita was to choose her groom. Kings and princes from far and wide now eagerly filled the room. Before them the gilded bow of Shiv, which was to be lifted and strung, and only he who succeeded would be Sita's chosen one. But not one suitor among them could lift the bow from the ground, until Ram emerged, strung it with ease, and broke it with a thunderous sound. Sita slipped around Ram's neck. Light up Leicester. Over 50. The golden deer, she watched it shimmer. Sita commanded him, "You will go, your brother is in need." Around the hut with an arrow, Lakshman marked a line. "You will come to no harm," he said to Sita, "as long as you stay inside." Lakshman left, and Ravan arrived, dressed as a hermit in robes. He chanted a prayer, then asked Sita, "Why are you alone?" He hugged and scattered fruit, streaming tears. Do you know where she could be? But then they met the monkey god Hanuman, an ardent devotee of Ram. "I will help you find Sita," he vowed. "I'll search the entire land." When Hanuman learned Sita was in Lanka, he asked for permission to leave. And with his superhuman strength, howled all around, and many a monkey and warrior came crashing to the ground. Ram's divine arrow eventually reached its mark. It ripped through the air and pierced through the sinful Ravan slain. Now all the union of Ram and Sita was one of joy and tears, with Lakshman by their side and the people of Ayodhya times. Good prevails over evil, and darkness is vanquished by light.
You can see and enjoy on Belgrave Road, with those 2-3 screens on Belgrave Road and one on Cossington Street. And we worked with our partners to bring this recorded program to you. And also, I think we all need to be still conscious how we celebrate Diwali.
Each year at the Belgrave Neighbourhood Centre, some of the finest artists, both local and from India, create... stuff, please just have safety in mind. Please be conscious of where you're putting it so it's not next to curtains, furniture or anything that could catch fire. But sadly we have had a couple of fires and people due to this. All that really is to say is do run this on difficulties, please call 999 as soon as you can do so that we can get to you to help them through it. All I really want to say is that have a fantastic time and Sunday. What I really like about our Diwali celebration is that we really get
Remember the execution of the contemporary Helter tradition. Here is Praise History.
remember the last few months and years that we've been through. It's great to be back together again for Diwali. Have a very happy Diwali from everyone. Let's see, please.
gripped your mother's hand, and the smell of a match just put out. On the way home, your head hung low. You dragged your feet and kicked up stones. The light was gone. Your father stooped down beside you, tilted up your chin. The light hasn't gone, he said. It's always inside you, but the light shines brightest when you choose to share it. That night you lay awake in bed, wondering what he meant, but by morning you knew exactly what to do. You wrapped 2 kugra in foil, then called over the fence to your neighbour. Mrs. Cole shuffled out in a fleece dressing gown. Yes, she frowned. You rose up on your tiptoes, held out the shiny package. Mrs. Cole, you beamed. Would you like some light?
Large families to the place we know here as home, Leicester. We have worked on getting the most authentic stories from people that migrated and settled in the 60s, 70s and 80s. The kind of stories that our grandparents tell, not sparing any details, while you all listen huddled up around with your family. The project was heavily crafted by a team of young people at Nupur Arts Youth Association, giving them a prime opportunity to spread awareness and be a proud representative of Gujarati culture. From research, interviewing and filming to creating exhibitions and displays, everything was done by our Naya team. This exhibition shows a glimpse into why our older generation chose Leicester, why it was so important for them to settle here, and all the hardships they had to undergo to get to where they are today. Our interviewees tell us all about their difficulties learning a new language with family recipes, festival traditions, and the language of our beautiful mother tongue, Gujarati. Come and view these incredible stories and artifacts at Newark Houses Museum until the 28th of November. And a huge thank you to all our funders and supporters.
his bow and arrow, told Lakshman not to leave Sita's side. Then he began to chase the deer that darted in and out of his sight. A long distance away from the hut, Ram finally struck the deer in its chest. But around the hut with an arrow, Lakshman marked a line. You will come, and revealed his true form. Sita into his chariot and ascended into the sky. Ram and Lakshman returned to an empty hut and scattered fruit, streaming tears and head in hands. On their way, a distraught Ram asked all the animals and trees, have you seen my Sita? Do you know where she could be? But then they met the monkey god Hanuman, an ardent devotee of Ram. I will help you find Sita, he vowed. I'll search the entire land. When Hanuman learned Sita was in Lanka, he asked for permission to leave. And with his superhuman strength, he leapt across the sea. Hanuman landed in Lanka, a lush and prosperous land. He glimpsed Sita at Ravan's palace and returned to tell Lakshman and Ram. Now Hanuman assembled an army of thousands of valiant monkeys. They built a bridge of trees and stones to stretch across the sea. Ravan was waiting with his army, and a violent war ensued. Arrows rained and blood poured, and all of Lanka shook. Daggers, spears and maces were hurled all around, and many a monkey and warrior came crashing to the ground. Ram's divine arrow eventually reached its mark. It ripped through the air and pierced through Ravan's heart. The incredible battle was done. The sinful Ravan slain. Now all that Ram longed for was to see his Sita again. The union of Ram and Sita was one of joy and tears. And now they would return to Ayodhya after 14 long years. They travelled through the night with Lakshman by their side, and the people of Ayodhya lit lamps to welcome their new king with pride. Today lamps shine bright at Diwali as a reminder that in tough times, good prevails over evil and darkness is vanquished by light.
But this year, we're back together again. A little bit different, but we are together. Together after a very difficult time for us all and for our city in particular. But what a wonderful way to come back together. A time to celebrate the triumph of light over darkness.
Different departments, emergency services, and festival unit team, and to Hindi Festival Council. So I hope you will enjoy Diwali. Enjoy safely. All the best for Happy Diwali. This is a very special.
you.
Namaste, I'm Simon.